Hey guys, this is Josh here with Trillium Wild Edibles. I'm out doing a little bit of walking today and I thought I would collect some pine sap. So while you guys are here, I want to show all of you how to collect pine sap. Let's get right into it. All right, now right here you guys can see this big pine tree is falling down, all these limbs and things like that. Now this is something that you want to look out for, especially if they brush up against another tree. Now, as we can see, there's this one, there's that tree there, and then there's this guy here. Whenever this happens, a lot of times you're going to get abrasions inside of the tree, and on the tree bark, that's going to cause the sap to leak out whenever it's damaged. Now, if we look right here, we can see all of this white stuff right here sticking out. This is the pine sap. Now, pine trees emit this sap whenever they get damaged, so that way they can protect themselves from further injury or pests or infection. This is the stuff that we're looking for, and it really couldn't be much easier to grab. Sometimes the pine sap is sticky, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like this where it's somewhat hard. Like we've got this here, for example, as we can see, it's just coming right off. And this is exactly what we want to do. Once we get this pine sap off of here, then we can just put it into our collection container. On that very big pine tree, we can notice this little cluster of sap here, and we can notice this other little cluster of sap here. So we're also going to be taking those. One of the easiest tools to use to collect your pine sap is just a knife. Works really well to get this pine sap off of here, and it's a lot better than getting your hands all sticky. Right here we can see the chunk of sap that was sticking on right there. That is a really good chunk of sap. Obviously we're going to have to be picking a lot of these pine needles and debris out of it, but that's just part of collecting pine sap. Now, my collection container, I like to use just a plastic bag. One of the main reasons is because it's easier for me to maneuver the pine sap around and without it getting stuck to things. You can use a Ziploc bag, or you could use any other kind of bag like this. And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to look for more of these clusters like this, and then this guy here, and I'm going to collect those with my knife as well. One last important thing to note whenever you're looking at the tree is to make sure you look in the cracks and the crevices of the damaged tree, because sometimes a lot of your sap is going to be gathering here because it's going to be going to the lowest point, so that way it can find the easiest route to travel. Because when the sap comes out, it is a liquid. However, it does solidify. So I'm also going to be digging down in through here and collecting this. All right, and there is all of the pine sap that I got from just those two trees. It may not look like much, but this stuff goes a long way. Obviously, I'm going to have to be picking out a lot of that debris and stuff later whenever I melt it down before I use it. So I thank all of you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you want to learn more about wild edibles or medicinal plants, please make sure to subscribe.